Let's talk about Hitler.
That'll make sense later.
I'm immaculately conceived.
I don't know what to do.
I swear I'm not stupid.
Take it or leave it. Sometimes you just want to leave it.
If I gotta borrow my mom's underwear, I'm borrowing her underwear.
You just, yeah.
Misa likes the Jar Jar Binks.
I'm not gonna edit it out.
Oh no.
I don't know. Like I think I'm just pretty great. Just staying on the
Sucks to
planet.
suck.
Why are you saying it with a question mark?
Clap, bitch.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Action.
And we're live. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jessica.
And this is Why Are You Yelling?
So every time you say roll the intro, I play the song in my head, even though, and I'm like, wait, I don't have to. I don't have to
It's like
do
we
that.
both like just pause
I'm
and we're like,
let it play. So anyway, yeah, so new year, same us.
Yep.
Maybe, hopefully an improved version.
yeah.
I'm very interested in hearing about this list, though, about 31 things I wish I knew?
Yeah,
Is
in
that
my
what it
20s.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go into that?
Yeah, because you
Okay.
said one that triggered me, and I have thoughts about it.
Okay, so I found this. It was a TikTok by a user at the Daily Victorian. And so she's doing some like yoga poses, and she does a list of 31 things she wished she knew in her 20s. That
So-
like hard things that she wished she would
But-
have known.
So her channel is her literally doing yoga poses?
Yeah, she's literally, as she's doing each of these, she's doing it like her yoga routine as she's saying each
Oh,
one.
she said, okay.
Yeah. And so 31 hard things here that would have revolutionized my 20s. Number 1, and this is why I bookmarked it, because number 1 hits so hard. Your allergy to rejection is holding you back. Ma'am.
Well, first of all, fuck you.
Yeah. And your yoga.
Yeah, that one, I mean, I already kind of know about myself sometimes. The second one is what I was like, oh, really? But yeah, I don't know. Rejection sucks. And so sometimes it's like, why would I even want to try? And then it's like, well, I mean, if you'll never know if you don't try, which I mean, it feels like something we learned as kids.
Yeah.
But I feel like you go through a second childhood in your 20s.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's a whole
'cause
other
once you
situation.
leave sort of like high school, whether you go to college or not, you're trying to figure out how to navigate the world in like a different way than you have the last 13 years. And, you know, it's more like being on your own and trying to figure out like adult stuff. And it's hard. So it is like going through childhood again because you're having to kind of
Yeah.
relearn
Because,
stuff.
like, in school, they don't tell you about a lot of the things you wish you would have known about in your 20s, especially about work and
Mhm.
everything like that. And so it would have been nice to know some of that ahead of time. Like, I really wish that something that they would talk about in school so much more is financial responsibility and safety and, like, responsibility, and really talked about that more, because it's not like you literally can get a credit card pretty much as soon as you are 18 years old.
Mhm.
And it just can develop such horrible habits. And then by the time you've realized what you've done, you're in so much debt. And you're like, I have to fix this. And then you're spending your 20s fixing mistakes you made in your early 20s or late teens, when it would have been nice for that to really been explained to you in a more responsible way. Because when you're applying for a credit card, no one's looking out for you.
No.
Like, the people that are not looking out for you. The credit card companies not looking out for
They're
you.
not going to tell you what to do or like how to do it.
Or like, yeah.
They're
so,
like literally just fill out the form that takes 5 minutes and then we'll approve you. But oh, by the way, like you're going to be
Yeah.
fucked for life.
it also would have been nice, really explaining interest rates and how the advantages and disadvantages of a credit card and like debt, and really explaining your credit score. Like, all those are things
Like the
that,
way
like,
the way to use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
And like not as like a desperate means
Yeah.
to like do things. Or,
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's like, so like a financial class would have been great. That's like the thing that I feel has impacted my 20s the most, has been really learning financial responsibility.
And I know that so there used to be like home economics type classes in high schools, which I think when I was at my high school, I think they still had something kind of like that. But I feel like there should be something that's more like a life skills class that you can take at least one semester. If they make you take, like in Georgia, you're required to take one semester of PE in high school, minimum. And half of that semester, yeah, you only are required to take one. And that's because half of that semester is spent on like health. It's like you spend 9 weeks on like health and.
You guys do things different than how we
Yeah.
did them, because you guys do like literally the semester is 2 9 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
and you would do like, you have the same classes every day.
Yeah.
Okay. See, like where I'm from.
And you only take 4 classes a day.
Where I'm from, we had like what we'll call A day and B day.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the same classes throughout the entire year, but you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday was one set, Tuesday, Thursday was the other, and then it would flip the next week.
That's a lot.
It really wasn't.
Which
though.
really, the way our high school does it is more similar to how most colleges do it. Really,
Yeah.
it's you spend the whole semester with a handful of classes,
Yeah.
and then you move on to the next and the next class
Yeah.
in the next semester. But yeah, so like that one PE class, that one semester of PE is only required because of the health portion of it, because it goes over like sexual health and drugs and stuff like that.
Don't do
And
drugs.
like puberty and like and that kind of stuff. And you're pretty much they usually make you take it your freshman or sophomore year.
Did
at
I
the
ever
latest.
tell you the time I got yelled at in middle school? Oh, the why are you yelling story. Okay, I'll save that. This is one for me. You can tell me.
But so like the financial literacy type of thing,
Yeah.
I feel like would be really beneficial if there was some sort of like life skills course that was
100%.
required.
How to write a fucking check. How to write a deposit. Like all of these types of things. I mean, they're not things that are hard, but when you've never done them before,
Mhm.
they can be intimidating the very first time.
Or like filing your taxes, which again
Yes.
isn't hard, but you like have to know
Yeah.
even what to start to. You have to know that you have to file your taxes.
And like, when do you have to file them? Because, you don't like, if you make under a certain amount, you don't have to,
Yeah.
knowing what kind of, okay, should I claim no dependents, one dependent? What does it
Mhm.
mean? All of these are things that would be so helpful to know that you're never really, sometimes I just feel like I'm guessing.
And even honestly, in this life skills class, it would be nice if they included like some components. And some people might argue that some of these things are things your parents should teach you. But I would then argue that not everyone has parents that are capable of teaching them these things. Right. And so.
Sorry, Mom. Like,
So
God bless.
like things like basic skills, like how to cook a simple meal, or, how to
Okay,
grocery
that's
shop or
different, yeah.
budget, or like how to clean. Some people don't fucking know how to clean.
If there is one thing my family taught me, it is how to angry clean, y'all. I can clean if I'm mad. If I'm pissed, the house gonna be spotless. They taught me well.
But it's things like that, or like basic things about like car maintenance. Like
I think everybody should know how to change a tire. I don't.
I, in theory,
But-
know how.
No, I don't know how.
In theory,
I think
you jack it up, you do the thingies on the lug nuts. I think that's what they're called. And then you take it off, you put a tire on, tighten them, and then boop off the jack. In theory.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we live in a time where I probably could Google it if I had to. Granted, then you're going to have somebody say, what if you're on the side of the road with no phone service and your phone is dead?
I've had that happen.
Okay, valid. So in school, I should have learned how. So anyway, but no. Okay, that was something that I wish I would have learned in my 20s, but this was about this list, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Back to the list. Okay, number 2. People are not thinking about you, good or bad, as much as you think they are.
Yes, they are. Literally, they are. Like, what do you mean?
I'm the center of everyone's universe.
I don't understand what she's trying to get at. Like, I'm sorry she's not popular, but like,
Couldn't be me.
could it be me? Because everybody's always thinking about me.
All the time, 24/7.
But good or bad.
The spotlight effect is real.
Like, I mean,
God shines a spotlight on his favorite stars.
It's that. And it's also like, some people are leads. Some people are supporting. Some people are, just background. And then you have extras. And I mean, I'm sorry, but someone's always thinking about the lead, good or bad. I mean, maybe she should have titled this like 30 or 31 things.
31.
31 things, like a background, like person wish she knew in her 20s. Like, I don't know.
Couldn't be me.
I'm
Not the main
obvi-
character.
I'm obviously kidding.
So obvious. So kidding.
So, okay. Anyway, that triggers me. First of all, yes, they are always thinking about me. Because my thing is this. If I'm always thinking, and sometimes people are occupying those thoughts, why would I assume that other people don't think like me? Because that's totally normal for people to obsess about small interactions they have with others.
How small? Like when you say small interactions.
I don't normally think about small ones, but like if you betray me, I assume you think about the fact that you've betrayed me.
I mean, that's not a small interaction.
I mean, I was trying to make it light.
Okay, moving on. Number 2.
You know who you are.
Number 3, if they never talk to you unless you initiate it. Hold on, I gotta let it play. They don't like you.
That's so true. What do you mean? Like, yes, that's exactly what it means. If they don't ever talk to me without me initiating it, they don't like me very much.
And they don't really want to talk to me.
And they don't really want to talk to me. Yeah. Okay. Yes, and I don't know. I don't know that I ever am the only person that reaches out to somebody else.
But that's I was gonna say it's probably because people like you.
Oh, darn. I can't help it. I'm so popular.
So number 4, if they pretend not to know you when they're with other people, they don't like you.
What the fuck do you mean? Obviously, they don't like you. Wait, is she saying these are things she wished she knew? So like she's agreeing with this statement. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. So she's saying
they're hard to hear things that she wished she would have known.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So she was saying in the other one that she was saying that if you reach out, if you are the one that continues to reach out in the friendship and they don't respond back to you, that means they don't like you. Yes. She was saying that that's a fact.
Yes.
Oh, I thought she was trying to pull the whole, like, that doesn't mean that.
No, it does mean that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're totally right. 100% she's right. Yeah. If I have never, ever in my life met I've never had a friend and then seen them somewhere and they acted like they didn't know me. First of all, I would never let you get away with that. It would never happen. If I see you somewhere and you lock eyes with me and you're with some other bitches, I'm running up and hugging your ass. I'm gonna do it. They gonna know real quick.
See, I wouldn't do this to you, and I wouldn't do it to people I'm close to. But if it's like people I casually know from like work or other stuff that I'm not super and don't speak to regularly, if I see
they're
them
not my friend
and know them, I'm like, I'm very good at pretending like I can't see or hear people. And you best believe I will duck and hide in the most casual, like she's not trying to duck and hide manner.
But you're hiding from people that aren't your friends. This is like if you see your friend hanging out somewhere else with other people and they don't acknowledge your existence, but they see you, they ain't your friend. No, they ain't. Like if we saw Lauren in the mall and she saw us and didn't talk to us,
that would be weird.
I'd be like, bitch, oh, you ain't getting away with it.
Yeah, that would be odd.
See, I literally am. I actually don't consider myself a confrontational person. I have a loud mouth, but I actually think that I actually feel that I'm a very level-headed person. And I do. I'm saying when it comes to actual interaction, like I think that I might vent in a safe place, but when it comes to confrontation,
am I your safe place? I hear a lot of venting.
Sometimes. I don't know. Maybe then I'm like, but see, this is what happens with venting. That's your reality, is me acting crazy. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, but that's not really me out in public or like dealing with a confrontation.
Yeah.
Because like when I deal with a confrontation, like that one confrontation, that I was having with somebody, how I handled it is not how I vented about it.
That's true.
So
you're much nicer.
And you actually I think you low-key disagreed with how I handled it because I was so nice. So when you felt maybe I shouldn't have been or shouldn't have had to feel like I had to be. So see, I actually feel I'm very level-headed. But there's some situations that but I'm also not afraid to make people uncomfortable if I feel justified. So if I feel justified, everyone's fucked. Because it's like
it's like, oh no, I know I'm right.
No, yeah,
and you can't convince me I'm wrong.
That's when it's dangerous. Because like for me, I don't feel that way often. Normally I overthink everything. I feel like I'm very empathetic to others and their feelings, and I'll most of the time value their feelings more than mine. Mm-hmm. But when I feel justified in my actions, everybody better watch out because you can't convince me otherwise. So if I see a bitch out who's supposed to be my friend and they don't acknowledge me, oh, honey, you're not gonna, I will walk up to you. I'm going to
make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're not going to feel
and I'm
uncomfortable.
going to be so nice to your fucking face.
And your little friends that you don't want me to know about. Like, are you embarrassed?
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
like,
so nice to see you.
Yeah. So yeah, literally, like, couldn't be me. Like, couldn't be me because like you're gonna literally have to acknowledge and make someone be such a cunt.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're defining as friends, because some people have a much looser definition.
Yeah, not everybody I would do that to.
Yeah.
Like even people that I would say I'm friendly with, I wouldn't do that to.
Yeah. I mean, but see, the thing is, it happens to me so often. I see people that I would classify more as like an acquaintance.
Yeah.
Someone that I know and have spoken to like recently or whatever. Like, I'm just not that person to be like, hey, how's it going? Like,
No.
I literally will duck and hide. I will like, if it happens to me all the time at Walmart. All the time when I'm grocery shopping.
Walmart again?
Freaking Walmart. Listen, they're cheap, okay? I don't enjoy going there, but it's the best prices. You can't beat it.
Always Walmart, never Target.
Yeah. Oh, I have been going to Target a lot lately, but for like grocery shopping, I do not go to Target because they're expensive. But that was, wow.
Yeah.
Focus.
Whoo. Whoo.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of the last time I like
I've
was
never seen a
duck and
friend out in
hide.
public though, because normally like
we're with each other. For out in public.
I've never seen somebody out in public that they avoided me or anything like that.
No. And number 5, if they're consistently too busy to speak to you, they don't like you.
I think to some degree I agree with that, but I don't always agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess if someone's always too busy to speak to you, then that would mean you haven't ever had a real conversation. That's what that would imply. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm very busy. Well, at least like the last like 3 or 4 months I have been, because full time, and then because your work's been busy, that means I've been busy.
Yeah.
So it's like, I sometimes am way too busy to talk to people and have like real conversations or talk or do whatever. So
I mean, we have gone like weeks without really talking to each other before because we're busy.
Yeah.
Like where it's like, it's very like, it might be quick back and forth, but it's usually communication about either work or like a podcast thing. It's not like.
But we do send each other reels, which I find an intimate form of
communication.
because I'm like, this is funny.
You can't just
or
send
I know,
them to anybody.
No.
You're not just sending reels to randos.
So I've realized something.
Because you're not comfortable.
Well, I'm like, fuck, I need to stop liking some because other people will see I liked them and they're going to think I'm a bigot. Because sometimes I see my friends that have liked a reel and I'm like, oh, bitch.
Because it tells you, it outs you.
Bitch,
Oh, no,
you
that's
like
why.
that?
That's why even if it's.
I need to start like saving them, I think. Because I don't think
you can save it. Or if you just watch it, if you watch it on loop enough times, like if you go through read the comments and let it loop a couple times, it hits your algorithm. So you don't actually have, I've gamed the system. You don't actually have to like or comment or save on a post. Because the algorithm will know that you've watched this content on a loop, or if you go to that page and watch several of their things, then it'll.
I think I'm just gonna make a fake Instagram to share my really funny ones that I want to show people in person later. Because sometimes I do that where I'm like, I can't do this.
People see the content I'm like, they're gonna think I'm a bigot.
Okay, but it's literally like I feel like because I've shared some stuff with you I knew you wouldn't think is funny, but I think you understand why I think it's funny, and it's not because of the fact that it's offensive. It's because of the audacity people have to create it in the first place.
It's the shock jock sort of value.
Shit just blows my mind. But then the comments, fuck. Instagram
Brutal.
comments, TikTok has. You're not ready for Instagram comments. Like, I'm sorry if you are it is not for the faint of heart. It's so
they're
fucking
rough.
But like, I'm sorry but like that's like, and I think that's probably, and maybe it is like my age showing, because it's like, but see, that's the internet we grew up with.
Oh,
is the mean fucking fun, because
the
like
brutal, no filter,
but it's because it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not to actually like bully people. I'm not saying people didn't bully us back then, but I just think that I just feel like we knew the difference better. We could tell the difference more when something was clearly a joke versus you're trying to be offensive or you're trying to be cruel. And I feel like that's lost upon people now. So everything's taken so seriously, and I'm like, it's not that deep. But yeah, if I'm busy and I'm not talking to you, I mean, I don't know what to say besides like, I'm busy.
I mean, it's a case of like, if it's a serious conversation sort of thing, it's like, obviously I would make time for that.
Yeah.
Like if it's super important, but if it's just like casual, catching up, hanging out sort of type conversation, it's like sometimes like I'm not there. Like literally, I got other shit to do and I would love to be able to take this time to do that, but I just can't. We got to schedule it in. hun, like we got to work it in.
Do you have 30 minutes of it later to do this?
It's like, can we? I'll get back to you. Just like not right this second.
Not right now. Yeah, I would agree and disagree with that. I think it just depends exactly on your relationship with that person. I think that obviously
sometimes you can use the excuse of, oh, I'm too busy, because you really don't want to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
But it just, again, it depends on the relationship you have with them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like
there's really, what we're saying is there's no way to know if they're lying to you or not about how busy they are.
I think that if you're really close with somebody, you're going to know they're truly busy. Mm-hmm. If you're not that busy with somebody, and honestly, it's not even always personal. Maybe, it might be right. They just aren't your friend, or they just don't want to put energy into the friendship because they have so much going on. You're not a priority. And to be honest, like if it's a newer friendship, like that might suck, but it's a fact. Like a friendship is a relationship that takes time and effort, and somebody might not want to be doing that right now, but they don't want to hurt your feelings. So you might want to take the hint. I've never been that person, but I mean,
I don't know. I've said it before. I'm a firm believer in like if people are not adding to your life, I don't know that I need them there. So,
well, no, like, but I'm saying like,
so a case of like, I mean, I guess, I don't know, like I'm like, what's a new friendship? I don't know what those are like, because I've had all my friends for a long time, pretty much. I mean, you're my like newest friend, probably.
Yeah. And I'm your best friend.
Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah, you can't make any new friends. Because you have damn slut. Any new friend you
your
get.
Your friend slut.
You got to get a new friend and get a new best friend.
You're going to two-time me, you whore.
Nope. No. Yeah, I don't really know that if I have new friends.
No new friends over here. Isn't that a song? No
if I do, don't take it personal. If you're a newer friend of mine and I'm totally ignoring that you're a new friend, it's because I just think we've been friends forever.
Yeah.
So it's a compliment.
I don't think of you as new.
Yeah. Do we want to jump into the 5 favorite quotes?
Yes.
Okay,
so I decided I want to do a new segment on WayPod that is called Top 5. I've seen other people do it, so I'm definitely stealing this idea. But basically, we pick a random category or topic.
Yeah.
And then we each come up with a list of our top 5 things that fit that category or topic. And then we rank them 1 through 5. And so we'll reveal them starting we'll each reveal our number 5, and then we'll each do number 4 going up the list.
Okay.
So we're going to do our top 5 Mean Girls movie quotes. Yes. And I came up with a list of topics, and I knew, and it was several long, and I knew Jessica was going to pick this one as our first one.
Oh, duh. This is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, mine too.
I love Mean Girls.
You go first. Number 5.
I picked these based on my personal favorites versus some that I'm just like, they're iconic.
I did a mix of that because it was harder to pick.
Yeah. My number 5 is Boo, You Whore.
I have
Regina
that one
George
on my list. It is higher up though.
Mm-hmm.
So my number 5, and purely because it's iconic, and I don't use it all the time. Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
Yeah, that's iconic. So that one didn't make it.
Yeah, it was hard to narrow it down, but that's purely because it's so iconic. And that when the music plays, the milkshake.
Mm-hmm. So my number 4. This is a personal favorite of mine. I don't think it's going to be on your list, and I don't even know if other people think it's funny, but I do. It's my Nana takes her wig off when she's drunk. Damien, when they're in the mall and they're in the store that Gretchen works at, and then they see the teacher.
I don't know that I've never ever noticed that line, because I feel like a lot of his lines tend to be in like they're like murmured almost, or like they're real quick. So, like if you don't pay attention, you're gonna miss them.
She's dressed as in her bartender outfit. And then she's basically like, teachers have lives outside of school and we'd like to have fun too. And then Damien goes, well, my Nana takes her wig off when she's drunk. And that is just, it always was one of my favorite lines of the whole movie.
It's so funny because that scene is even like, it's not about him at all, and that's why I've never really like taken notice of that line.
Yeah.
Which is a funny line. But it's because it's so focused on Tina Fey and Lindsay Lohan's characters.
It's so fucking funny.
That's good. Okay, my number 4 is a Karen Smith quote. I can't go out. I'm sick.
That one's good.
And I've used that one and like referred to it like several times.
Oh yeah. Number 3, and this is kind of Another quote is really popular that goes with it. Personally, I think the second part of it's funnier, which is why I chose it. Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white.
That was that Gretchen?
That Gretchen says that because Karen goes, if you're from Africa, why are you white? Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white.
My number 3 is also a Gretchen Wieners quote. And really, it's not the first, not the first part of the quote. It's the second part of the quote that I like. I'm sorry that people are so jealous of me, but I can't help it that I'm popular.
I almost chose that quote.
And really, it's I can't help it that I'm popular.
I can't help it that I'm
And
popular.
that's mostly because I've used it several times,
Yes.
but recently. I've used it. So I just love it because I'm not popular.
What do you mean? Yes, huh?
Me?
You.
I've never been popular.
So number 2, is one of my favorite ones just because of the cadence of her voice when she says it. The last part of the quote used to be my text tone for Travis. Because like that, me and Travis both love that movie. I can't go to Taco Bell. I'm on an all-carb diet. God, Karen, you are so stupid. I love it.
The way she says stupid.
Stupid. It's so fucking funny.
My number 2 is Regina George. Boo, you whore. And it goes hand in hand with my number 4. And I was tempted to put them together, but I'm like, no. They're two separate characters, 2 separate moments, 2 separate quotes. But I also use boo, you whore.
All the time.
Yeah. And anytime I say boo,
that's that
just
way.
know that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Boo, you whore.
Boo.
And just that scene with her eating the bread.
It's fucking hysterical.
And she's like a mouthful of food, just like smacking on the phone. Great. It's iconic.
This is my favorite fucking quote. Well, I say one of them because it can change with the wind, but this is just, I feel like it's one of the best insults I've ever heard in my life. I want to use it so bad in real life one day. Good. So it's settled. So you can go shave your back now. Bye, Jason. I love it. It's so fucking funny. Good. So you can go shave your back now. Bye, Jason. I'm like, so fucking funny. It's
so like sugary sweet, but I'm gonna murder you.
She goes, bye, Jason.
My number 1, it's a Janice Ian quote.
Okay.
And it's purely because of the way she delivers it and her inflections. I guess it's probably because I've got a big lesbian crush on you. Suck on that. And then, yeah. And then she stage dives.
You didn't do that. You're not going to do all of it?
You are more than welcome.
You sure?
Yeah.
I think you should.
Nope.
I do love Mean Girls. So if you have a favorite Mean Girls quote, let us know what it is. And if they're the same or if they're different.
And if there were any that definitely should have been in our top 5.
Yeah. A few episodes ago, we had talked about the bean soup effect, which basically is like, I could be minding my business.
I love that it's called the bean soup effect.
Which is basically like, oh, I'm making bean soup and I'm showing a recipe and I'm showing like the recipe and I'm posting the video online. And then there's a person in the comments like, well, what if I can't eat beans? Well, then fuck off.
This recipe isn't for you.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. It's a what about me effect.
Yeah. So
that she has renamed the bean soup effect.
Yes.
Love that.
Now, I was looking at DIY Red Bull infusion drinks.
Mm-hmm. For your sugar-free Red
Yes,
Bull.
for my sugar-free Red Bull. Because I was like, it could be fun to like make drinks out of them if I'm feeling a little spicy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was looking for Red Bull infusion drinks, and I found this one that did not have a lot of views, but she was showing me the setup. And I was on TikTok, and I was like, because I do find that TikTok is easier to search for very specific things than versus Instagram. So
people use TikTok like Google a lot.
Yeah, I mean, because really how their algorithm is set up, it will actually show me that. If I go to the search bar in Instagram and I'm typing in a sentence, it's like, what?
Yeah.
So anyway, the point is, I'm on TikTok and I'm looking up Red Bull infusions because I'm like, oh, if I want to make a drink. So this girl, very small account. I mean, it might have had a few thousand views. I had five comments. Tell me why. And she's showing her setup. She's showing like all her syrups and the cups that she's using and all of that. And this person, one of the comments is there a reason you don't use reusable cups? Hold it. Everybody just hold on a minute. So mind you, this account, not a lot of views on this video, 5 comments. And the girl was in fact using like plastic reusable cups, or not reusable, the opposite. Disposable cups, the opposite of reusable. And then the girl comments to them, and she's like, I do actually reuse these. I'll wash them out and I'll reuse them and blah, blah, blah. Here's my thing. Fuck off. Eat a dick and get out of my face. Literally. Why don't you go use a reusable cup then if you're so fucking concerned about it? Why are you, like, people are so concerned with being, like, correct or environmentally conscious or, like, basically anything that gets you points. Like, and I was like, this poor girl is literally just showing us her Red Bull infusion drinks, and you're in here like, why don't you use this kind of cup? Why don't you fuck off? Why don't you literally fuck all the way off?
Yeah, I think it falls in line similar to like, have you ever seen these photos or online of like packaged like pre-cut fruit or anything, or like fruit that's like individually wrapped in plastic or something, like it's a pre-peeled orange or something?
Oh, we've talked about that before, but in a different context where I definitely said some things that I still stand by. Oh. But
basically, it's the idea that some people see the, prepackaged, pre-peeled orange wrapped in plastic, whatever, and they're like, that's so not environmentally friendly. Why are we doing this? It's a waste of resources, blah, blah, blah. It's killing the planet. And it's like, yeah, but some people might not have like finger, like mobility or dexterity to be able to like.
Some people don't have fingers at all.
Yeah. And so they might not be able to peel their orange, or it might be harder for them. Or like some people have like skin conditions where like peeling an acidic fruit like an orange hurts their hands. So it's like.
Well, it's funny because for a generation of people that are against ableism, they'll like discriminate against people in the name of being like morally correct in another way. Yeah. And so it's such so stupid.
It feels like such this weird like, ha, gotcha.
It's virtue signaling.
Yeah, it's trying to get you moment of, but it's like, well, maybe did you ever think that I'm an individual person?
No.
That has specific needs or wants in my life. You know what? If I want to fucking use a disposable cup that I don't have to wash because my life is stressful enough and I don't want to have to add more dishes that are hard to wash because of XYZ reasons, like.
Yeah, some of y'all talk about how you don't even shower because of your depression. So the fuck are you in somebody's face for about not like wanting to wash a dish?
Yeah.
Like shut the fuck up. Mind your fucking business.
I'm just like, maybe if you're so concerned about environmentalism,
you go do something about it. You
like
lazy
do
bitch.
Something in your personal life. Yeah. But then also like maybe go after like laws and regulations that have more impact on the environment as opposed to somebody using a cup.
I mean, I don't think you get it. That's too hard.
It is, so much easier to log online and just yell at people in their comments.
Okay, literally, there was a girl who posted a video, and it was
Mother Earth thanks you.
So this girl posted a video, and it was like supposed to just be a funny video with her, and I think with her significant other, where it's like you spend too much time with somebody and you start arguing like siblings and you get all sassy, and she was holding a Starbucks cup that had like her matcha tea in it. Mm-hmm. And people were all like, you support genocide! And I'm going to be for real right now. I don't know what the fuck. I'm assuming basically Starbucks has done something that has implied that they support Israel instead of Palestine. That's what I'm under the impression from the comments. Have I researched this? No. Could be 100% wrong. That's just the impression that I got. Do you honest to God think that you commenting how you think she supports genocide because of a Starbucks cup? Get fucking for real.
I think the whole idea of being like what's it called? Like a conscious consumer, like where you have, it's stupid.
I think
it's dumb.
If you want to do that,
oh, for sure,
100% go for it. But I don't think that because somebody else isn't means that they support every cause that company might support that they might not even know
exactly.
about.
And if you're gonna come after other people for patronizing, and by patronizing I mean supporting monetarily certain businesses that you don't support, if you're gonna come after them and be like, I can't believe you support this business, they do XYZ that I find immoral, you had better keep that same energy and apply it to every aspect of your life. If you're going to criticize someone else for spending money with Starbucks for XYZ reasons, every single company that you purchase something from had better be morally on the up and up. They better not put foot wrong.
They can't because they all poor. And unless you're rich, then you can't afford those
I don't want
things.
you coming after me for buying Starbucks when you're wearing a Shein outfit.
Yeah. No, but like literally, it's just like,
Or with that you're commenting on this video using your Apple iPhone that was, I'm sure, made using child labor.
no. So basically, at this point in time, if you're using any kind of smartphone, you've supported like child labor at some point in the way that this phone was made. So shut up. So be quiet. And so if you're on the internet on a smartphone, just know nobody wants to hear about your moral high ground, honey. Nobody. Because you're not a conscious consumer. Well, I didn't have a choice. Well, first of all, she was in an airport. Guess who? There's a lot of Starbucks in airports. If there's a Starbucks, there's normally not a Dunkin'. If there's a Dunkin', there's normally not a Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only one that was there. So fuck off.
Yeah.
And honestly, who cares? Who cares? You know what? Starbucks coffee's better than Dunkin'. I said it. That's my opinion. It's just my opinion. I don't want to hear it.
Opinion.
That's what I thought of. Yeah. So no, literally, at least like, I don't know. I've had some Dunkin' coffee that's good, but they don't have good sugar-free options to me. Starbucks like is better there. But the point is, fuck off. Like, fuck all the way off. Like, all of it.
Yeah, I rarely find that when you're yelling at people in comments, I rarely find it actually achieves anything except
No.
for giving you,
Your validation.
a sense of moral superiority over someone. Like, ha, I showed them. Like
Literally,
you're not affecting change. If you come at me, like, think about it this way. If we were in person and I'm holding my Starbucks cup and you came at me in my face yelling
I'm
at
gonna
me
punch you in the face.
about how dare you support Starbucks, but I'm going to be like, who is this crazy bitch? Back the fuck up. And I'm walking away. Like, nothing you say is going to affect my behavior or change it in any way. Like, that's not how you affect change.
No, and I'm like, but first of all, that person would never do that in person because they're a little bitch. So, no, literally, I wish that she would have commented back and said, because I obviously hate the environment. Because that's if you're that stupid, I'm just gonna come back and just start being a troll. Because
Yeah.
because that's what you're trying to say
Mm-hmm.
with your comment. So I'm just gonna agree with you. So you'll fuck all the way off. So anyway, I just thought that was very annoying. Because I'm like, why? So
New segment time. We're trying new things.
yes, okay. So
New year, same us,
We
but new
had-
segments.
yes, we had said in our last episode we wanted to do a segment called "Why Were You Yelling,"
Mhm.
which is where we hear from you all about stories where you were yelling or being yelled at,
Mhm.
and we were going to be the judges on whether you should have been yelling or not. And that we have 4 stories to go through.
Okay.
And okay, we'll just jump right into it. We'll unravel the trauma.
Unravel the
trauma.
together.
Tagline. Okay. So the title of this story is Double Chin. Seems very promising. The story begins. Once upon a time, I told my brother's girlfriend she had a double chin. She yelled at me. Not a lot of details here.
The end.
That's the whole story.
Once upon a time implies a little more information gonna come my way, but
So,
that's okay. You should definitely have been yelled at.
She probably should have hit you, to be honest. Like, violence should have occurred. You should be thankful she did not hit you.
As a general rule of thumb, if you see something out of place with somebody, something, wrong with them, if it cannot be corrected in under 60 seconds, don't say anything. So, like,
Yeah.
I'll give an example. So, you have a double chin. What the fuck do you want me to do about that right fucking now? You think I'm not aware of what I look like? You think I don't look at this face in the mirror every single fucking day and know that? Like, and if I do or don't, it's not your business. Like, don't say that. Do not tell somebody you have a double chin. Yeah, you deserve to get yelled at.
Yeah.
However, happened earlier today. If you have lipstick on your teeth, you got a little food stuck in somewhere after lunch, if you have like a hair out of place, you can fix that in under 60 seconds. So I'm gonna say something.
Yes, exactly.
If you see something, say something.
So, yes, obviously, you're saying she yelled at you, and you 100% deserved it, and she probably should have hit you. So, don't do that again.
Story number 2.
Story number 2 is titled The Freaking Tie. The Freaking Tie.
Not the fucking tie.
Not the fucking tie, the freaking tie. So, this is a funny... story begins. I'm so sorry. This is a funny story, and at the same time, not. It was on my 8th grade graduation, and we were supposed to dress formal, and I was with my sister at my house. The only one who knows how to tie a tie is my mom, and she wasn't home. Then me and my sister tried to get the tie on and we couldn't tie it up and we were running late to the graduation and my sister started stressing out. And then she started yelling at me and me being a 13-year-old guy and started to stress back. That stress turned into screaming and that into fighting. And after 30 minutes, I screamed that I wasn't going to the graduation. And while I was undressing, my mom came in and also screamed at me and smacked the shit out of me. And I got dressed and I was so mad that I just put the suit and didn't even wear the tie. When I got to graduation, they told me that the tie wasn't necessary and all that bullshit that happened before wasn't even necessary. When I heard that, I just started laughing. What? I'm so sorry, this sentence. I'm going to read it verbatim and we're just going to decide what they tried to say.
Okay.
When I heard that, I just started laughing. Just know to cry because I was still mad about it on the graduation. So I don't know whether they cried or not. I feel like this is a typo.
Okay.
So basically,
they were still in distress.
They were still distressed, and they didn't even need the tie to begin with, and all that stress was for no reason. Okay. Sounds like everybody was yelling. Every person involved in this story yelled
and didn't need to be yelling.
No,
I don't think that. Yeah. Okay. So I get that in the moment, the situation. You're 13 years old.
Well, the sister started it.
Yeah. I get in the moment you're very stressed out, and then the person, is it older? I'm assuming sister.
It just says with my sister. The only one is my mom, and she wasn't home because then the mom gets home, and then So I don't know how old the sister was. For some reason I'm feeling she's older.
Yeah, because if a sister knows how to tie a tie, I assume she's older.
She didn't know.
Oh, she didn't know.
No, the only one that knew how to tie a tie was the mom.
But the sister was
trying to help. So if she's helping him get ready, I'm under the assumption she must be older.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming she's an older sister. Obviously, your younger sister's not going to be helping you and stressing out. So she either must be the same age or older.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I get why she'd be stressed because, like, you're not my fucking kid and I'm trying to help you.
And you're getting upset.
And everybody's getting upset because we can't tie this fucking tie and we're under a time constraint. But, like, no, obviously, no one should have been yelling.
But then also, like, even if your mom's not there, she did get there. So I'm assuming she took you to the graduation. So, like, just wait for mom to get there if she does know how to tie a tie.
There's a lot of stress involved that I'm unsure why there's stress.
And I'm also like, okay, when you're, in your teens, you're not necessarily fully thinking things through all the way. You're not necessarily like a planner sort of mindset yet. So I can see why you maybe would have skipped over like, well, at some point mom will be home so she can help me tie this tie on right before we leave. Or even when we get there, someone at the graduation probably knows how to tie a tie. Or I can find a random dad in the audience somewhere, some other man that has a tie on that can help me. Sure, they'd be more than happy to. So yeah. I feel like I feel like
we're missing context because I don't understand why. Yeah, why is the sister helping if the mom comes home anyway?
Yeah, and I understand the time constraint and trying to hurry up and get. Maybe they were supposed to be ready and waiting for when mom got there, so they were just like hit the door and leave. I feel like no one should have been yelling. This feels like a problem that's not a problem. Like there's more than one way to skin a cat. I feel like there's more than one way to get your tie tied.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should have been yelling. This felt, no.
Yeah, I'm not on anybody's side. All of you are wrong.
Yeah, all of you are wrong. I'm very confused with the story.
Take a deep breath.
It's okay.
It's all right.
It's all good.
And you didn't even need the tie anyway.
Which I think caused to their distress when they realized it was all for nothing.
Oh, and so we're all just hollering.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this next one is called Grandpa Deleted My Episodes of CSI Miami.
Oh.
Yes, it's fine. You're in the right. Whatever.
You should have hollered.
Last Friday, I was sitting on the sofa in my grandpa's house. I'm living here for the time being because my apartment was lost in a large fire that also claimed our town's Texas Roadhouse.
Oh my.
I'm like, where?
That's so specific.
Google it.
Texas Roadhouse burns down.
Anyway, I looked on our DVR only to discover, to my dismay, that my grandfather had deleted several episodes of CSI Miami. I'm a big fan of David Caruso in the role of Horatio Kane, but that is not pertinent to this story.
Thank you for including it, though. We love extraneous details.
Yes. Anyway, Grandpa was in the kitchen preparing his excuse for a souffle. What?
Ooh, the subtle shade in this story.
While my grandmother's ashes sat wistfully on the counter, She'd have been rolling in her grave if she could, at the sight of her kitchen being used for such unholy purposes. She would have been buried, as were her final requests to be buried, in the family plot, but my grandfather, ever the cheapskate, had her cremated. This is pertinent to the story because he cheaped out on the cable package and got the one with the least DVR space, of course. This is a lot to unpack.
Poor grandma. She would be rolling over in her grave, but she's not.
Because she can't. Well, bless your heart. I approached him there in the kitchen and watched him cook for a moment before half-heartedly complimenting the mangled souffle. This is clearly done by a writer.
Yeah. There's a lot of detail. Love the vocabulary usage.
I approached him there in the kitchen and watched him cook for a moment before half-heartedly complimenting the mangled souffle. Then, after some moments had passed, I broached the topic of the deleted CSI Miami episodes, asking him why he had made such a transgression against me to have deleted so many of these episodes that I hadn't even watched yet.
Ugh.
Of a show that is so near and dear to my heart, and he actually had the gall. The
gall!
Okay, girl. The gall.
I feel like I need to use that word more.
I will now.
In daily life. Like, you forget that certain words exist, and I'm like, the gall. It's like the nerve, but no, the gall. That G just hits different.
And he actually had the gall to say he deleted them to make room for the Antiques Roadshow to the inferior series CSI Miami. Masterpiece CSI Miami, excuse me. Which I soon informed to him, to which he said, my house, my TV, my DVR, my rules. At which point I yelled...
Them's fighting words.
At which point I yelled, you are not the arbiter of the cable box, old man. If Gamma were here, I'd be watching CSI Miami with a bowl of ice cream. And he replied with a rather nasty comment about my weight and how my grandmother supposedly enabled it, which is ridiculous because I'm not even that fat and my body type is completely 100% genetics. I couldn't lose more weight if I tried. Anyway, it was at this point that I threw his disgusting slop called souffle into the kitchen trash can. He then said that I'd probably fish it out of the trash later and eat it like a pig anyway.
No.
So I submit...
Y'all are ruthless.
I just don't believe any of this is real. So I spit in the old man's face and said goodnight. We haven't talked since. His girlfriend says that he's very upset about the whole thing and he wants me to move out, but I think I was justified and that he should apologize and pay for pilot's lessons. What do y'all think? I don't think this is real. I just don't believe this could possibly be real.
I don't think you're spitting in your grandfather's face. That's the detail that got me where I'm like,
It was over the thing that got me was the eating it out of the trash can like a pig and the spitting. However, whether it's real or not, I'm going to go on. We're going to assume best intentions. So obviously you should never spit in someone's face.
That is assault, actually, legally. So don't do that ever.
No.
But it's actually, if you're ill and you spit on somebody and they get sick from it, they can like go after you for more than just that.
Wow.
Than assault. Just a quick little lesson for you.
The fact of the matter here is it is Grandpa's house and it is Grandpa's rules.
Yep.
And he can run his household how he wants.
He's taking you in.
Whether he's a cheapskate or not, or whether he's an asshole or not, and I'm sorry your grandmother's not buried in the family plot, which implies money, so that's odd. Weird. But
yeah, I think maybe we should be practicing a little more gratitude.
Yeah, someone sounds kind of spoiled here.
Yeah, so I think that if someone, if you're temporarily living with a family member because your house burned down or, you're...
And the Texas Roadhouse.
And
is that why you're really mad?
You don't have the rolls and the butter.
We sound like his grandpa. Is that why you're mad?
Because you're hungry.
You don't have any Texas Roadhouse rolls? Okay, I'm sorry. I digress.
I think let's practice a little more gratitude because he didn't have to let you stay with him.
Yeah. Grandpa has a girlfriend?
Yeah, I also noticed that too. I was like, get it, Grandpa.
I mean, yeah, you sound like a brat, TBH. Very ungrateful. I mean, no offense, but like, why do you have that many CSI Miami episodes anyway?
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you watching them? I mean, this show's old.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, is this an old story? It didn't sound like it because this sounds like a current situation from how this was described.
Yeah.
So like
it sounded like recently. You said they said recently.
Who uses DVR anymore? So I'm confused by multiple things.
I'm like older people, but
like you don't have a streaming service?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's
I mean, you
somewhere.
can also, if it's your favorite series, you can probably get it on DVD.
So,
if you needed to.
I obviously do not think that
Again, there's multiple solutions to this problem to where we didn't have to yell.
I mean, I think that basically you started it because you got into his face about why he deleted the CSI Miami.
And approached it really, I feel like, aggressively.
You
immediately went for the souffle. And I feel like that's just...
there's obviously a lot of resentment here already. You guys clearly don't have a great relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And you started it, and you were not justified at all. And Grandpa, he's not justified in his fat shaming. But when he told you that it was his house and his rules, he is justified. So I think you're a brat. And if he wants you to move out, you should move out and maybe go to therapy because something is not correct.
Actually, don't move out. I want you to hold your ground and be like, no, I'm a squatter. I live here now. You have to legally evict me because I live for the trauma.
Yeah, you could do that too. You could hold your grandma hostage in like a room with you.
Yeah.
If you really
barricade yourself inside.
You could do that.
Actually,
but no,
oh my God.
I definitely.
If you held your grandma hostage and locked yourself in a room and threatened like a hunger strike, your grandpa would probably like support it. So and leave you alone.
That's true.
So
you could do that. That's true. I do not think you were justified, and I think maybe he could apologize for like the fat shaming. The other comments, probably not.
But you also triggered him.
You were also really rude, like for no reason. Like, I don't know. Oh, that's that's very extra. And
it feels like
the pilot's lessons were random.
Yeah.
So no, those are very expensive. So
I mean, I
absolutely
do
not.
agree that a lot of times in lieu of an apology, I will accept like monetary donations or like
True.
a gift.
Yeah.
You can buy my forgiveness.
That's true.
So
100%.
I feel like, you know, maybe it's a two-way street. So like maybe you buy him a gift or something and then he buys you pilot lessons and then we're kumbaya.
Yeah, that would probably work. I think he should probably supply you with therapy instead of pilot's lessons, though.
That's not as fun.
It's not fun, but this person's mentally ill. No offense.
I mean, you know, maybe they're traumatized. Maybe they have which therapy then would help. Or, you know, I like retail therapy, so buying stuff would help that. But like, because if their house burned down.
Do you know what this is giving? Dudley from Harry Potter. That's who this feels like wrote this. Harry Potter's bratty little cousin.
Mm-hmm.
That's who wrote this. Like, that's how I feel this was done.
Before he has character growth.
Yeah, which we don't even really get to see in the movie.
Yeah.
So you better go read the books if you actually want to see that. So point is, though, very spoiled brat, very knowledgeable. Hey, you know, one thing you could do is really just take this anger and write a story or something, because you got a very good talent here for writing.
Yeah.
This was a very well-written story. So that being said, you definitely should not have been yelling, and I kind of think you had it coming getting yelled at.
Mm-hmm.
All love. I will pray for you.
Bless your heart.
The fourth story is titled The Fight. All the way back in high school, my dear friend, let's call her Messica, decided to yell at me. Why, you ask? Well, we were in our last class of the day when some kid decided he wanted to catch these hands, and being a gentleman, I obliged. The second I stood up, Messica decided that she needed to scream at me to not hit her. We weren't near her. She was completely fine. She was always a bit overdramatic. Yet, this was completely uncalled for. Unacceptable behavior on her part, SMH.
Wait, okay. Was that the end of it?
That's the end of the story.
Are there 2 people or 3 people?
So I have context for this story.
Okay. Were there 2 people or 3 people involved? Because
there's technically 3 people in this story.
Okay. I'm like,
There's the writer, and then the person that wanted to fight the writer, and then
Messica.
His innocent friend, Messica.
Uh-huh. For
For those of you who haven't pieced together, I am Messica, and I know who wrote this.
Messica! No.
And this story is about me. So
you are the main character.
People are always thinking about me.
Mm.
So, context to this story. First of all, we'll stay anonymous, but this did take place we were in 9th grade, and it was our last class of the day, and somebody did want to fight him, and he was quick to go, let's go. They were near me.
So wait, he was wanting to fight a guy?
Yes, it was
Okay.
two men folk. One of them was one of my best friends. He's like a brother to me or whatever. So point is, they get up and they begin to fight. Somebody's memory of this story is inaccurate because they did start to fight.
Like swinging.
Yes. No, they were fighting and they were near me.
Okay.
To which I did yell, "You better not fucking hit me." Something to that degree. I probably threatened them. I don't know.
I'm going to beat your ass.
Something along those lines. I did yell.
Mm-hmm.
They really hit each other. Like, it wasn't like a pushing show. They were like punching each other. And then they got removed from class. But I did, in fact, make it about myself at some point, and I did yell because they were getting close to me. And I was like, man, I ain't trying to have no one fall on me or accidentally swing and hit me. They were near me. You say they weren't. You're wrong, and you know it.
In my head, you're the principal from Mean Girls. Oh, hell no. I did not leave the South Side for this shit.
So I understand that we're supposed to judge his story on the way he described it.
But because we have some insider knowledge with more context.
If I did have to judge the story based on his inaccurate information, I would say, of course, Messica should not have been yelling. But because I have firsthand knowledge of the story, you are wrong, and I should have yelled at you more, you damn brat. Because you were near me, and that's the only reason I yelled. But he is correct in the sense that I have always been a bit overdramatic. And, maybe my memory is wrong, but I don't feel like it is. So
he was clearly standing like 6 inches from you when they started swinging. And
they were right next to me when it happened.
Basically grazed you.
They punched me.
You had a bloody nose and a black eye.
I had to be hospitalized.
Like,
I couldn't go to school for a week.
You were in a coma.
I almost died. I died on the table.
And they resuscitated you.
Like, and all I did was yell?
Yeah, I mean, you should have donated to her the kidney she lost because you put her in a coma.
No, I can't even believe this. Can't even believe that he's going to bring this up. Way
to play the victim.
Yeah.
We know who the real victim is. Messica.
Justice for Messica.
Yeah.
Those were our stories. So,
if you have a story,
please submit it.
Yeah, there's a Google form. It'll be linked in the description of this episode, whatever platform you're on. Click the link, submit it. They're all anonymous unless you want to tell us who you are.
Yeah, if you want to tell us who you are, feel free to. In the Google form, it's going to ask to title the episode or title the story, and then to tell the story for those. I had some comments that the Google form was confusing, so I did try to simplify it a little bit. So just so you're aware, you put your title, then your story, just so that way we can easily kind of decipher the stories, and it kind of makes it more obvious to the listener that we're reading their story because they know their title. So,
and if you could provide a little context for like your age and like male, female, if that matters to the story and is pertinent at all, that can be helpful sometimes because then it helps us figure out the dynamics between all parties involved in the yelling.
That'd be nice. I mean,
you don't have to, but it would be helpful.
If you want us on your side, we definitely need all the details. So, those were our stories, though. Yeah. So that was fun. We'd love to hear more, though, for sure. I will say, if you're watching the episode, it's in the description. The only platform it's difficult to get on right now is TikTok. So I'm going to just give some directions here because I'm going to cut it up later. If you're on TikTok and you want to submit a Why Were You Yelling story, what you need to do is go to the link in our TikTok bio, which is going to lead to our Instagram. Then once you're on our Instagram, the link in that bio will lead you to the form you need to fill out because we don't have enough followers to actually put the correct link, an actual link in our TikTok.
If you're on TikTok, go to Instagram. And the link will be in that bio. Yes.
Also, if you would like and follow us and we can get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, then, we can actually provide the link there.
Yeah. you're really just helping yourself.
So like and follow so we can up our game.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So that was Why Are You Yelling?
Why were you yelling?
Why were
are
you yelling? And why are? See, it's kind of trippy.
Yeah, maybe
It's
we'll
too
workshop. It's too late.
We've
We've
At one
exited the
point-
workshopping.
yeah. At one
of the
point, I was
title.
like, "What's the podcast called?
Who are we?
Why were you yelling? Oh shit, no. Why are you yelling?" So,
Okay, we're
yeah.
gonna this is the longest freaking goodbye.
Yes. Okay, guys.
We'll talk at you next time.
We'll talk at you later. Bye.
Bye.